Hey YouTube viewers, Tina here. Welcome to my channel, Yarning with T. Marie. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey. Anywho, yeah, we're doing this. I just got back from watching Super Mario movie with my kids. We've explained before in my videos, I do get brain farts, I do slow down, and kind of fidgety. Being in a theater with 3 children that actually listen and were into the movie, and considering that it's a child's movie and the theater was surrounded by children, they were actually pretty good. My kids and everybody else's. Now the adults on the hour, however, chit chat. So I kind of a little fidgety, so forgive me. Sat through that for an hour and a half. Great movie. Kids loved it. I loved it. Not going to spoil nothing, but really good. So whether you have kids or not, you're a Mario fan. I mean, go. Just go. You have to see it. It's really good. I'm looking a little busted today. I'm not feeling too well. I have a really bad toothache. So I'm going to try to get through this video as quickly as possible, to be honest. Kind of just want to take some medicine, kind of rest. And I'm hoping to get my videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it is Wednesday, but again, I decided to do the movie early. I don't drive at night. My vision's not the best. And I didn't want to deal with people. Too much traffic. I don't want to deal with it. So best to just go during the day while most adults are still at work and most kids were in daycare or still school. So my kids are on vacation. No hooky here. None of that. I had to wear my tanuki. I couldn't find my my Super Mario shirt. I have an old school Super Mario shirt. Cannot find it again. Moved 3 months ago, so a lot of my stuff is still floating, but I still kept it within the Nintendo family, you know. Mr. Tom Nook over here, Tom Nook over there. Was hoping, I will say, I really was hoping to at least see Isabel on a go-kart, but no, completely different movie probably in the future. So, but again, it was really good. So I enjoyed it, the kids enjoyed it, and a little bit of anxiety kind of going on, a little fidgety going on. So bear with me. I'm not gonna lie too. The entire movie, I'm just my kids, epic, you know, day with the kids. So, anywho, so as I was saying, you're gonna get a lot of this too. I've been watching a lot of videos recently, and some of the YouTubers are right. Meaning, if you turn it to a job, you know, you have to be professional, things like that, you know, but I also don't want to take away myself, who I am. So, more about me. I'm a very goofy person. I love to crack jokes, dumb jokes. Mostly dad jokes. I know I'm a mom, but that's my personality. I do have my tangents here and there. I will veer off from time to time. I crack myself up, so you don't laugh. I gotta laugh out of it, so again, that's just me. This is who I am. So you guys will start to see a little bit more and more goofiness side to me, a little bit more fidgety, running off the, you know, mouth. Hi. So, social media handles. I know in the last 2 videos I have yet to still put them in the description box. I'm still hunting down my own, I guess, handles, social media handles. But I did figure out my Instagram. So YouTube is Yarning with T. Marie. Facebook is Reillys, Reillys. Second word is a hyphenated, is Knitting-Needle. My Instagram is the same thing, but Reillys _ Knitting_Needle. That's it. So there go my handles. I will try to put them in. Again, if I can't do links, I'm not good with stuff like that. I'm just going to manually put it in the comments or manually put it in the description box, so that way, you know, you decide to find me on other social media, see some of my work, and just punch in handles. So, anyways, so as far as the uploading goes, as I was saying before, if I'm looking down at kind of doing a little script thingy, I'm really hoping that I can do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm not sure. I don't think I did one Monday. I think Monday and Tuesday kind of just took time off. I casted on 2 more projects. And did we not just talk about how many whips we had in the last video? So I have more whips going, but I do have my daughter's best friend's birthday coming up, so I have to jump on the ball. And because my wall is so naked, my room is not going to get paint probably for another month, so the room is not going to be set up. I started making another blanket, maybe just to kind of slap on the wall until I get some paint or whatever, whenever the time comes. So right now my room is just going to be smack here and work around my desk. What was I going to say? Brain fart. Anyways, so yeah, I started some projects, started whipping on some blankets. My daughter's best friend's birthday's coming up. I already had her come down here. I had her go shopping for the yarn, so I will show the colors that she chose, but I will show the blanket that I started, which will be the same thing she wants. Another thing is that patterns. The blanket that I want to show is by the Crochet Crowd. I'm not sure if it's a pinwheel or... I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Anyways, the Crochet Crowd, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will maybe have visited their videos, done some of their patterns and things like that, and I'm just flicking yarn around. I did say in my other video that I keep all my good stuff upstairs, my wool. So I decided today to bring down 2 of my nicest yarns that I have yet to, obviously I have yet to use. But yes, a little pricey. But these are random purchases. This is not recent. This was all last year. The only thing that I bought so far in 2023 was the yarn haul. I have not bought yarn in my birthday in January, where I went to the craft list, but that was a gift. Me personally buying yarn, have not bought any yarn. So these are they are expensive purchases. It's random. It's rare that I do them. So when I do have the money and I have the chance, I'm gonna get a skein of wool. So we'll show off these 2 because again I don't have purchases or anything, so I will show some of the stuff that I recently bought last year or recently in the last like couple of months up until my birthday in January. I don't have anything else to show from there. And let's just give it a go, right? So again, the whole professional thing and I was doing the whole excuse me, FOs, whips, acquisitions. Yeah, I'm gonna be all over the place until I can finally get my own script down. So I'm just gonna pull out whatever I pull out, right? Right. Let's start with the as a matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest. Sorry for shaking. I don't have any FOs. That's right. I haven't finished anything. So we'll talk about the whips, what I've gotten done so far since Friday. Now I did post on Sunday the haul. So from Friday up until I want to say about 11 o'clock last night. Today's date is April 5th. So April 2nd. From Friday up until April 2nd, Tuesday about 11 o'clock at night, I've just been going back and forth between all my projects. Some got love, some didn't. So we'll start with the ones that did not get love, okay? Or I'm not going to show too much of it. Let me get all my stuff out. I forgot I have multiple projects in this bag. So I'm going to hit pause for a second. Let me get everything out. Okay. Back. Had to get everything out in my bag. I didn't want more yarn falling out. So I showed on Friday the shawl that I was working on, and I never showed this bag. So this was a bag that I worked in a hotel, and one of my bosses that was a boss, we'll just leave it at that, had a lot of craps in her storage. So we decided to go in when she left, clean it all out, and as the girls were all chucking things, my thought is, you know, oh, a project bag, I'll take it. So this is one of my bags. I don't do average, I do awesome. I can't remember where I got, oh yeah. So this pen is a hank of yarn from Knit Picks. And this one I got for free last year from Knit Picks, my birthday. So, it's actually a lunch bag. I don't care, because if it's raining, my yarn won't get ruined. So, anyway, so I was working on the Costa Islet. I can't remember if, I don't think I did any more, to be honest with you. I put on, so we got, because I remember showing Wanda, but then I think I was up to here, this pattern. I said, okay, this is the end of the pattern. I might have done the green here, not sure. I know for a fact that this, she really didn't get any love. If anything, I might have just added Groot to it. That's it. So she didn't get any love. My Costa Islet shawl, no love this week. Well, that's okay. So I'm gonna put her to the side. Oh no, my bag. Let's move this bag to the side. So we're gonna show that afterward. 3 purchases last year, as a matter of fact. I forgot it's 3. Gotta readjust myself because I'm getting a little antsy and fidgety. So there we go. I don't know why. I think the fact of you spend so much money and the lack of common courtesy, you know, for other people, even yourself and your own children, kind of just got me a little antsy. So I'm trying to calm down just a little bit. So forgive me if I'm very, very fidgety and just I'm also still happy and excited. Like, I'm not, don't get me wrong. Like, the movie was badass, and excuse my, you know, ASS. But it was dope. It was really dope. So I still have that kind of, you know, that high with the kids, you know. Oh my God, we went to see, you know, Super Mario Brothers. Okay, so there was a couple projects that did get love. We'll show my Yellow Submarine Socks by Mustache Yarn. I still did not go onto Etsy and look up the name of the designer of these bags, but I will. Etsy. Okay. So again, my Yellow Submarine Socks. Excuse me. And she got a lot of love. So when I last showed it, excuse me, I'm so sorry. We had only that much done. From here to about, maybe I think even the 3rd yellow line. So we'll say that much was done when I showed it. From Friday up until last evening, we're almost done with this sock. Ball's going down fast, so there she goes. My yarn. So the yarn, Mustache Yarns, Yellow Submarine, the Beatles, and the toes, heels, and my cuff is Dandelion by Knit Picks, because I did not have, well, I feared I didn't have enough of this yellow that came with it. So my husband chose this yellow because they're close. You can see just a little bit close, but again, my feet don't care. as long as they're comfortable and they fit. So it is a size 7.5. I figured out my own formula to my size foot. Next, I will be dabbling in different sizes for the children, because the kids' feet, they grow fast, and I would rather just use Knit Picks or Patton's Croy than use any of my other special stuff. Again, we spoke about this last episode price-wise, so... But that is my yellow submarine sock. As I said, I'm a 7.5, so it looks big. I don't know how much more. I'm thinking well, the ball I can see has 1, 2, 3 more repeats, which that should have been here. So it does have 3 more repeats in this ball. So I don't know how much farther I'm going to go up, but got a lot of work done. So from there, when I last showed you, to here, all that plus a heel. Okay. So she got some love over the weekend. Let's see here. I have to bring all my stuff downstairs because of my cat, so. And I didn't think to check my bags, pull all my stuff out. Anyways, this is a cast on. So I counted my socks. I did say I wanted to post up a video of 2022's 12 pairs of socks, and I knew I was short anywhere between 2 to 3 pairs. Counting the yellow submarine and the pair that I just casted on, I want to say probably Sunday, because I worked on the blanket. This will put me at pair 12. So that video is probably just going to be held off for another 2 weeks. That way I have all 12 pairs ready to go. Year and 4 months. Works for me. So this yarn I did show on my Hobby Lobby 2023 yarn haul. I was only able to get 3 skeins of Patton's Croy, 2 of the Adrift, and 1 of the Brownies. So that is the Patton's Croy. And those are the colors. And get my formula, my size. I gotta kind of twist it a little bit because I'm towards the end. That's the sock. Let me just show you my stitch markers. I just put this here for now to let me know it's the front side, not that I need it. I've been doing socks for way too long. But I put it on too as well as I'm counting, so that's my sock. It's always funky. I always go to the right leg, I always go to the left leg when you just first cast on. Don't care. My sock. So, but she's cute. As I said, I love blues. Blues are my favorite colors. I have no blue around. So, yeah. Just started that. So, that is my second cast on. That's pair number 12. That goes towards a video in a couple of weeks. Okay. So, let's do this. Let's show what she shopped for. My daughter's best friend. So as I said, I make pinwheel blankets. Pinwheel blankets are actually one of my favorite blankets to make. They're very quick. They do eat a lot of yarn, so I kind of like that too. It helps me, get through a lot of my stash. So, had her go shopping in my stash here yesterday, and we chose purple and pink. This is We Love Yarn, Mega Ball Iran, (100% acrylic, 400 grams, 14.1 ounces, 700 meters, 765 yards. This yarn is from Hobie. For Christmas, my husband went and got me 4 jumbo balls of these to make a cardigan. I started the cardigan not this past Christmas, 2022, 2021. And I started making the cardigan. I have sleeves that need to get done, and I have one more band, but she's doing this. I think I'm maybe putting too many stitches. I might have picked up too many. It's a project for another day, but anyways, I have 2 extra balls, probably 1.5, because after I'm done with my sleeves, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have like the majority of a ball, so I'll have about 2 left. So we're using this purple. Remember, their colors don't have color names. It's number 21. So like that. And we're pairing it with Red Heart. I'm pretty sure it's Pretty in Pink. Let me double check. Petal Pink. Still close. So this is Super Saver Red Heart Jumbo, 744 yards, 681 meters, 14 ounces. Not gonna lie, this yarn is very old. I probably had it for about 4 or 5 years. I bought a lot of pink when I found out I was pregnant 9 years ago with my daughter, my second daughter, and everything was pink, 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 pink. I've made so much pink to the point where I didn't realize how much pink I had, so I just started winding them up to make some space, put them into some cakes. This lighting in here is not doing this color justice, but a lot of y'all that shop at your big box stores, you'll know what I'm talking about. Red Heart, Jumbo Saver, Petal Pink. So we're pairing these 2 colors. That's her little shopping haul from my cabinets. And with that being said, those colors are going to turn into this blanket. I'm so sorry, I'm just not even in the camera. It's going to turn into this blanket, purple and pink. I cast it on my last 2 Karen yarn balls that I had, or skeins. I'm using Karen 1 pound blue Danaboo, 16 ounces, 453.6 grams, 812 yards, 742 meters. And the same thing for the second ball. This color is dark gray mix. And these are the colors. Excuse me, these are the colors. This is like a really dark gray. It's really pretty. It's got a little hint of white fuzz. And you can see a little bit. My lighting's not the best today, so sorry. Now bear with me because the blanket is worked into a pinwheel, so I have to have my yarn separated at all times. I've done enough to, they don't get tangled, but I'm at a small desk right now. Very small desk. Trying to get the yarn to sit down. I might have to stand up for it. Sorry about the chair. Ta-da! There's my pinwheel. So that's what she requested for her birthday. Not these colors, the pink and the purple. Friday, after I was done uploading that first video, I was super excited. I'm like, oh, I gotta start casting on things too, because as I said, I don't really have anything casted or worked on for this year, since we had just moved and we're still trying to get everything acclimated in the house. As I'm packing up everything, I look at my bottom shelf. I'm like, it's mine. We're doing it. We're doing this. With Karen 1 pounds, they fly through again. This pattern flies through. I think it's the pinwheel. It is by the Crochet Crowd, and you do use Karen 1 pounds. I believe you only need 1 of each. Can't remember. When I go shopping, if it's a 1 pound, I buy 2. If it's these, not skimpy, but smaller balls of yarn, I'll push anywhere between 4 to 6 balls of yarn just to be safe. But yeah, I casted this on. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. And as I'm looking at my wall here until it's painted, I'm like, I need some blue in my life. I got my blue wash, I got my blue bracelet, I got my blue little devices here, but there's no blue in my room yet. So figure once she's made, be behind. my wall. So it's pretty. These things are very warm. Again, they work up very quickly. I want to say this is about 2/3 of the way done. It starts to slow down the bigger it gets. It does start to slow down, but for me, I want to say this one is maybe number 20 under my belt. And that's it for all my whips, but I can show you one of my previous pinwheels. I call this one my Sandy Beach. It is using a Karen Cake, probably sand something, and the other color is Karen Beige. I made her about a year or two ago. As I said, I make so many pinwheels. I have so of them floating around. I have a few down here, a few upstairs. But just to give you kind of an idea of my pinwheels. This one I actually went in, I think, with 3 Karen Cakes and maybe 2 of the Karen 1 pound. This is my pinwheel. So, one of the most warmest ones that I have. I don't like anybody really using it because it's mine. I made it. No, I try to keep some of my blankets to myself, honestly. There's just some of them that I put a lot of work into as far as, you know, thinking about detail, color, how much yarn I did put into it. So something like this might have cost me about maybe $40 to make. So, excuse me, it's a blanket like this that just stays with me. But that's my Sandy blanket. It's not a finished object of this year. It is a finished object from 2021 or 2. Probably 21. Other than that, purchases. As I said, I don't have any purchases, but I will show some yarn that I did get last year for my birthday, my anniversary. I've talked about this in my previous video. I've shopped once at the Craftivist in Atlanta. Mostly make my purchases online. Cute little bag. Now, and I did bring it up too, this yarn. I was talking about looking for shawls and patterns, and that's when I took the Go Stories and Kale and went with the Costa Eyelet. I found a beautiful pattern by Jody Brown, one of the sisters from the Grocery Girls. I can't remember the name. When I cast it on, I'll put that information. I bought the pattern. She uses 3 colors. So I'm thinking of using the Go Stories and Kale, buying it in DK weight, and buying, I'm not going to show it, that, oh no, and buying 2 large DK skeins of this yarn, After Dark, to match the Kale and the Go Stories. Okay. Yeah, again, it's Emma's yarn. I'm not sure why we're doing this today. Could be the lighting. So then I still want to make a second one of that shawl using the Cityscape. This is an extra hank because the pattern that I found, I literally was off by I think like 32 yards, or yeah, like 32 yards. So as I'm standing there, I went and grabbed the big skein, and we got up to the register. She had all the little ones hanging. I was like, oh, no, I don't need it. It's okay. I'll just buy the DK version of it. But I got an extra one because there's already a After Dark in here. This is a set of, I think, 10. Yes, a set of 10. But I bought an extra to have the extra 32 yards that I need. So this is going to look extremely full. It is. But this is the set I chose. It is called Cliff Walk. Emma's yarn. So those colors. So we start from dark and work our way different colors. And I do apologize if it's really hard to see. Again, it is 4 o'clock in the evening. We just got home about an hour ago from the movie theaters. So I kind of wanted to get Wednesdays ready to go. Work tomorrow. Do Fridays early morning. The weekend, I'm focused on projects to get into that rhythm of Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So that's that. I know I had a thought. I lost it. Anyways. So sometime over the summer, I did make a purchase off of Etsy. One of my favorite yarns. And I'm so stuck on mittens, like a infinity scarf, or socks. I think I'm going to avoid the socks because you cannot really see your socks unless I'm, taking my shoes off and like, look at my feet. No. So I really think that this is going to become a scarf. And now, I know I also said mittens or fingerless gloves. I have cats. And every time I made a fingerless, they jump through it because their little body can go through and start shredding it. So I'm thinking that with this particular colorway, it's going to be a infinity scarf. As I said, I got it from Etsy. The name of the designer or dyer is Turtle Pearl, and it's called Striped Turtle Toes Trench Coat. 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon 4-ply, 450 yards, 100 grams, 7 to 9 stitches per inch. Recommended 2.25 to a 2.5. Machine wash cold water, hang or flat dry. Okay, and it's turtlepearl.etsy.com. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So that was one of my purchases last summer, and she's just been sitting in my room hanging out with the rest of the fibers. This one I believe was closest to Halloween. Maybe. I can't remember. All I know is that when I saw that Dragon Horde yarn had a Stranger Things colorway, and at the time I think she was also giving away the Max's mixtape charm. Fell in love, went and jumped on, finally had the money, sold out, couldn't get my hands on nothing for months. When she finally re-released the next round, I made sure specifically I made sure I was first in line to make a purchase of any kind of yarn, but specifically I wanted this. If I couldn't get my hands on it, she had a couple pretty other colorways, but anyways. So again, it's Dragon Horde yarn. The colorway is Running Up That Hill, 75% merino super wash merino wool, 25 nylon, 463 yards, 100 grams, and the mini is 20 grams, 92 yards. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I believe that one of them is toes and the other one is your heels, or however you want to do it. And then there's that. Now, I think the other colorway that if I didn't get my hands on Running Up That Hill was Vecna. Oh, that's even gorgeous. Just something about this one. It was something about this one I had to have. I guess the whole, Running Up That Hill hype. And so, yeah. These are meant to be socks, and I really do want to make socks with them. But again, some yarn and some of this stuff is so pretty, I don't want to hide it on my feet. I'd love to have it boofing out. So I'm going to say 9 out of 10. She's going to end up a scarf along with my trench coat. So these two and my city walk was my last year's purchases that have just been sitting upstairs trying to find the right pattern for it. Well, alrighty then. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like what you heard and well, yeah, you did see. If you like what you saw and you like what you heard, please hit that subscribe and hit that like button. It does help my channel grow a lot, and share more with the community and be a part of that community of yarning, crafting, crocheting, knitting, sewing, you name it. This is where the brain fart starts. How do you end your video? I don't know. Again, don't mind me. Today was a great day. I still have my adrenaline pumping, and I figured let's give it a go. You know, what best time to still be, you know, high level energy, happy, smiley, you know, and just excited to put another video out there and see, you know, some views are being watched, and that's okay. As I said, the majority of the time, it's going to be for me. It gives me that push. So I could have just came home and probably thrown some Animal Crossing, or, you know, even watched the old Super Mario's, you know, movie. I'll probably still will. But doing this right now, all these bags are going back upstairs with me. You know, get nice and cozy in the bed, throw on some movies, and start getting it going with one of these pinwheel blankets. So, again, if you watch, thank you. If you don't and listen, thank you. And if it's just not your cup of tea, thank you still for stopping by. Remember to catch me on my handles again. YouTube is Yarning with T. Marie. My Facebook is Reillys Knitting-Needle. And my Instagram is everything's lowercase. Reillys_knitting_needle. Hope to see you guys again, and hopefully I'll have another episode on Friday. Have a great evening. Bye.